Las Vegas has a lot to offer, but if you're willing to leave the lights of the Strip behind, you're going to find something truly special. And that's what we've discovered today on At Your Leisure. I'm Stephen Heumann. Follow me into the desert wilds as one 4x4 club leads us to caves, old mines, and a lot of beauty. From there, Zack enjoys life in the rural West as he hits one spot where you can do a bit of everything in one day and sleep like a sheep herder to boot. Finally, Reece takes us to South America.
We're delving into the chasms of the earth. At Your Leisure's next. The temperature is perfect, the weather's beautiful, and the trails are open. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Stephen Heumann. I'm with the Nevada Backroaders. We're just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, I know that a lot of you guys have traveled through Las Vegas on I-15 and you think, hey, I've seen all there is. I can look out there and see that it's just brown desert. Well, unless you get out here, you have no idea. And that's what I want to show off today. I've got some experienced riders. They're going to take me out to some caves, some mines. We're going to have a great day and gain a better appreciation for this area. Please join us. Let's find out more about these trails.
Once you start getting out into the desert, you start seeing what you can explore, what you can see. You start finding trails that are a little more technical. You start finding more extreme sites, ancient sites. I love exploring mines. I love exploring old ghost towns, like the town of Del Mar is just a phenomenal place to go. There's something like 250,000 mines in the state of Nevada. I haven't seen them all, and I want to see as many as I possibly can.
Any direction you go from Vegas, outside, let's say 3 or 4 miles away from the highways, there's beautiful places up there. Some that'll just blow your mind. I mean, it's so pretty. And that's something we really enjoy doing, showing people that too.
The difference between northern Vermont, we were 3 miles from the Canadian border, and Las Vegas is huge. It's just hard to imagine. It's so comfortable here right now. You can't adjust the thermometer, the thermostat any better.
If you only come to Las Vegas to see the Strip, you haven't seen Nevada. All you're seeing are the lights and the traffic and the people, but you're not actually seeing the beauty of what the land is out here, and that's the main reason to come out. If I take you out, you will be astounded. We can find a very simple trail, and it'll be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
It's part of the environment here to get out on the trails, the mining roads. You can download those mine sites and go exploring. You can do the geocache stuff. Just off the internet, you can get the tracks, the GPX tracks and all that, and that makes it a lot easier to find. Back east, it's a lot more controlled, and there's only a trail or two, and the population density has a lot to do with that.
The opportunity just to see the whole scenery around here, to be with people that you enjoy being with, other four-wheelers. We have a small group that we go out once or twice a week and do anything we want as long as we stay on the trails.
Depending on who wants to go and what group you're going with, you choose the Jeep and you take day trips out of town in any direction, or you can go overnight just a little bit further out, and Nevada's very, very welcoming to the Jeep.
This has really been an eye-opening trip for me. I actually lived in Vegas when I was a teenager for a few years, and I kind of would look out there and I would think that I knew what to expect, but until you come out here on the trail, you really have no idea. And so I'm gaining a much better appreciation for the trail access and for just the beauty of the desert. It's been really great. And the fact that we're gonna go to a mine and we're gonna go to a cave is just really exciting for me. I hope it is for you too, and that you'll join us later in the show. Right now, though, we need to hit the trail, and while we do that, how about you take a look at our travel adventure?
Thanks, Steve. Hope you're enjoying that lovely weather down in Vegas this weekend. I'm Zack, guys, and I got your travel adventure today. You know, on At Your Leisure, we like making your adventuring as easy and convenient as possible. We like finding these central hubs where you can get to ATVing, snowmobiling, maybe some fat tire biking, and that's exactly what we found in Mount Pleasant today. We talk about freedom a lot out west, most of the time from urban centers where much of the population lives and works. But if you want real freedom, you need to come out to rural spots like Mount Pleasant. where the restrictions that come with large populations just don't exist. You're free to explore out here, and today, we're doing just that, in as many ways as we possibly can.
We're up Pleasant Creek Canyon, just east of Mount Pleasant, Utah, on Power Plant Road. Mount Pleasant historically has always been called Hub City because it's kind of right in the center. You've got Fairview to the north, you've got Moroni to the west, together with Fountain Green and Wales, and then to the south is Spring City, Ephraim, and Manti. So you're kind of just in the center. You've got the mountains literally in your backyard. It's not like you have to drive anywhere. You can get up the canyon, you can be to lakes and be fishing and snowmobiling. It really is a special piece of heaven.
It's one of my favorite places to go just because it's not very crowded. Not too many people come all the way down here, but it's nice because once you get here, you have the whole mountains, so you can go anywhere you want.
We started out on the trail, ATVing as far as we could go until the snow impeded our progress. But the great thing was we were able to get up pretty high, looking down on cities in the distance, and then climbing onto our sleds to experience another aspect of recreation in the area. The recent snowfall gave us some fresh powder to play in as we boondocked through the trees. Accessing the backcountry was easy, either by snowmobile, ATV, or even by car.
There's Fairview Lakes. You get up on top, you go up Fairview Canyon, it's paved road. You can go up some of the other canyons, and you know, they're dirt roads, and you can go up and just ATV and just go out your back door and head up the canyon, and you can go for hundreds of miles. You know, it's a dream come true.
Four-wheeling is huge in this area. We do a lot of four-wheeling and then snowmobiling in the winter. A lot of people know these mountains. They're basically endless. You can go anywhere you want, and that's more of the areas that I do. In a small town, there's not much to do, so you basically just have to find what you like to do outdoors. So I picked those two, and I've been doing them for the last 15 years of my life.
Now, ATVing and snowmobiling. We know those things are fun, but we all wanted to give something new a try. Mountain biking is big out here, but not so much in the winter. Well, we found a solution for that.
I ride a lot of bikes. I ride in St. George, I ride up in Park City, and I ride in Ephraim, Utah as well here in these mountains. But fat tire bike was actually very fun. A lot of people talk about riding in the snow and sand. Found it rode very well in it.
Not every path we took led to graceful success, we'll say, but it was a fun way to explore and gain a different perspective on the landscape, since we could hit single track trails that led us to completely new spots. I dug it, and after exploring all day, I got one more taste of rural life as I checked out my accommodations for the night. We're inside a sheep camper by Western Range Camps, which is traditionally used by sheep herders, but this is where I'm going to be spending my night. This is my wood-burning stove that's going to keep me warm all night. I'm going to start a fire. I guess the thing I realized most today wasn't so much the recreational possibilities in places like Mount Pleasant, but really the freedom you have to try new things. There's nothing like going from ATV to snowmobile to fat tire bike in less than 4 hours, and knowing there are still more ways to explore that I haven't even thought of yet.
You know, living in rural Utah really is a blessing. Our family, there's a work ethic that our kids get to learn naturally, and it's fun to be able to work hard and then play hard and have it all be in your own backyard. And you have everything you could imagine to do as far as outdoor recreation, from hunting, fishing. In the winter, you can ice fish. In the summer, you can fly fish. You can fly fish the rivers. You can be up on the lakes. You can float the lakes. Really, it's an outdoor heaven. It really is.
Oh boy. All right, cameraman, look out. I'm coming in hot and I am flying mud all over. Whew. That was a professional stop right there, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, I'm having so much fun out here. I've never fat tired biked before, and I'm so impressed by how much it sucks up the snow, but I wouldn't know about any of this out here if it weren't for my friends Dale and Mike from Fortress Clothing. So thank you guys so much for showing me all of the beautiful scenery that's just outside of Mount Pleasant, AKA Hub City. Just, you know, stop a while, smell the roses. Well, I'm Zack Cipriano with At Your Leisure. You guys are going to commercial break, and I am stealing this fat tire bike. Woo-hoo!
my mom got the sticks for our campfire. He uses sticks, gasoline, and matches. My grandpa usually puts gasoline on it and put the match. That could kill you it could be very dangerous. Yeah, my dad cut his hand with a hatchet right here.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Living in Utah, we're lucky we can enjoy riding our recreational vehicles year-round in the mountains, at the dunes, rock crawling, or road riding. Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of Honda, Polaris, Yamaha, and Beta machines. See them all at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Need a tune-up, new tires, or accessories? Stedman's Service Department can help.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Darren Kinder, and our product review today is the brand new 2018 Summit. And we're gonna go out and have a lot of fun with it today, but let's take a close look at all the cool new features. Now, one of the coolest things about this new machine is the shot starter. So somehow, in their infinite wisdom, Skidoo figured out a way to start a machine without a battery, without a starter, without all that other junk. All you need is the magic button. This machine's sitting here, I press the button, thing fires right up. You let it run for 20 seconds, and what it will do is it will recharge this little capacitor right here. And every time, all you gotta do is let it run for 20 seconds, recharges that, and it's ready to start on its own again. So this machine with the shot starter system on it basically weighs the same as a normal snowmobile that you only have the pull start on. Now, a couple other things that Skidoo did this year is that they put some fins on your clutches that actually help keep the motor a little bit cooler, and they also added a plate to the bulkhead to make it stronger, and then the other thing it does is it helps shield those clutches from the heat, so it helps your belts last a lot longer. Now, they've made some other small modifications to the machine like most manufacturers, but one of the big things they've changed on the machine is the new track. Okay, it's 175 inches long and 16 inches wide. So this thing really has a big pad so you can go out in that deep stuff and play. So get up to Wellers and Camas and check these new sleds out. You're sure gonna have a great time on them. Well, I'm Darren Kinder. We'll see you next time.
Look south to adventure. Look south to beauty. Look south to San Juan County. Out here, the road goes on forever, and what you'll find will change how you see the world. Climb on your OHV and discover forgotten landscapes and vistas that challenge the imagination. From Blanding and Monticello to the cliff faces of Monument Valley, we're open and ready for you to explore. San Juan County, Utah's Canyon Country.
Meet the new leader in off-road utility, the completely reinvented Ranger XP 1000. It's got the most power, the largest towing capacity, the highest ground clearance, and the best comfort and storage. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP 1000, the hardest working, smoothest riding Ranger ever built.
Beautiful scene, isn't it? The great wide spaces of the wild, wild west. Hi, I'm Chad Booth, host of At Your Leisure. I'm asking you to support the Blue Ribbon Coalition. Their efforts responsibly preserve access to our public lands. If it were not for the Blue Ribbon Coalition and their efforts, you may not have access to millions of acres of land across the West. This is America's playground, and if we don't do anything, we are going to lose it. Join, participate, and donate.
In a place that is beyond words, there is nothing to be said, except take your time in Bryce Canyon country.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Well, we've made it to our first destination on our 4x4 trip today here in Nevada, and it is a gypsum cave. It's just out here on BLM land, pretty easy to find, and it is very impressive. It's got like 5 different chambers. It gets to areas where you kind of have to shimmy on your stomach if you want to go any farther. It's just a really fun destination, and there's a lot of areas like this out here. Different caves, different mines that are open to the public if you want to venture in and try your best to be safe. But they're really great spots to come out to. Well, how about we find out a little bit more about this cave and about the mine that we're heading to next.
Hello. Right now we are at Gypsum Cave, which is just outside of Las Vegas. And a professor excavated this, I think back in the 40s, whatever, and they made the decision that this is probably one of the oldest inhabited sites in North America. Remains of the giant sloth have been found here, the camel, the old horses, apparently, and with the fur of the giant sloth, they have found spear points.
All right, we got another chamber up here that we can crawl into, or we can go down. That is cool. Look how big that is. I don't know how this got here, because there's a gypsum mine not too far away, but I don't know if they've used this for mining actually. But somebody else put this here. We can crawl through here if we want and get to another chamber. There are crystals all over the place. You just look up and you see them. You can shine your light in them and you can see just all over the ceiling. You got these little points of light that glisten. It's really cool.
It's an interesting place. If you don't know where it is, it's somewhat hard to find because you cannot see the cave from the highway. Matter of fact, we're probably standing 50 yards away from it and you can't see it. From here, we are going to go out through what's called the Gale Hills. Very interesting formations. It almost looks like castles up on the ridge lines. Going to go out through an old area where they mined colored rock. We're going to go to the Anniversary Mine, and that has at least 3 levels. There's 7,000 feet of underground working in there. Nevada Backroaders meets once a month on the run, on the trail. That's where we have the meetings. And the whole idea of the Backroaders is all trails are easy. And nothing more than, I believe it's a 2.5. That's the whole idea of the club, is there's a lot of beginners that get involved with it. It's just a lot of fun, and it's just trail riding, ghost hunting, history, things like that. It's not designed to break your vehicle. The desert is an absolutely beautiful place once you get out into it. Out here, you can see the land. You can see the beauty of the land. I've been here for 40 years, and I have definitely become a desert rat. I will never ever go back to the Northeast with its snow and it's 30 below zero, whatever. I love the desert.
And here we are at the Anniversary Mine. Now, if you're going out in search of caves and mines, you need to make sure that A, they're open to the public and that you have permission to go in. If they are blocked off, respect that, because there's probably a reason. They can be incredibly dangerous. But if they're open, bring a flashlight and you'll have a great time. Well, now we got to go up to our trailhead adventure, brought to you by RockyMountainATVMC.com.
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure, at Torres del Paine National Park in southern Chile, the undisputed crown jewel of one of the wildest and most remote areas on the planet, Patagonia. But we begin this incredible odyssey over 400 miles to the south, as far south as you can get in this world other than Antarctica, on infamous Cape Horn. Here, hundreds of ships and thousands of sailors perished trying to brave the roughest seas on Earth to get from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Although rainy, the winds were calm enough on our visit so we could actually set foot on this storied island.
I am at Cape Horn, and when we got to the top, Eduardo told us to walk toward the back and we would be the southernmost people in the world.
Adam Aiken and his family manned this southernmost lighthouse on 6 continents.
How is it living out here?
Yeah, very nice to live here. It's very lively here. Yeah.
To the north, Patagonia is a maze of narrow channels and fjords.
Waterfalls spill down the steep walls. No ports here. We are shuttled ashore in military-style assault boats called Zodiacs. Spilling out of the Darwin Mountains on the southern edge of Tierra del Fuego are scores of massive glaciers. This is Pia Glacier, and watch the big cave at the waterline. It's called calving. Keep watching.
It's unique because it's growing every year and receding. It's quite active, as you may have noticed.
This natural process of calving leaves the fjord littered with huge and colorful icebergs. Our ship cruises close to monstrous Garibaldi Glacier, not accessible by land. It's a 1-mile walk to Aguila Glacier through dense and lush forests of southern beech trees, the southernmost forests in the world. Cormorants nesting precariously on cliffs guard the entrance to Diokstini National Park and Condor Glacier. The next morning, the weather finally clears in the historic Straits of Magellan, where we pause at tiny Magdalena Island to visit a nesting colony of Magellanic penguins. Mom has to do a little preening on this newborn chick. And this curious guy gets a taste of human finger as our guides watch in horror. It didn't hurt. While this guy wasn't quite sure what it was I was pointing at him. Heading north across the endless Patagonia steppe, we pass a family of lesserillas, the Patagonia ostrich. They're being stalked by a gray fox. Further on, we encounter a trio of authentic Chilean gauchos, including this 9-year-old gauchito, out rounding up horses for a rodeo. And overhead, a giant Andean condor, heaviest flying bird on Earth and icon of the Andes, gives us a rare up-close show. But the creme de la creme of Patagonia is Torres del Paine National Park, dominated by this monstrous granite massif, Wyoming's Grand Teton on steroids. What's so cool about this place?
Well, so cool about this place is basically the unbelievable shape of that mountain.
Rising over 9,000 feet above the valley, these glacier and wind-worn granite peaks are breathtaking. Magma pushing upward, colliding violently with the granite, thrusting it high into the Chilean sky. Glaciers hacked away at the crumbly peaks, winds sculpted daggers and spires to leave this unbelievably beautiful landscape. At the base, a family of huanacos, the Chilean version of the llama, these young males tearing around trying to gain dominance as part of the mating ritual.
This park, in my opinion, concentrates the best of Patagonia, with mountains like this, turquoise lakes, and also glaciers.
And there's a cherry topping on our Patagonia Sundae. Across the border in Argentina, Perito Moreno Glacier spills out of the third largest ice field on Earth. It dominates Los Glaciares National Park, a more than fitting climax to our visit to this remote and beautiful part of the world.
I've seen glaciers and animals that I never thought I would see, some I've never heard of, and I've learned to gain a real appreciation for the area.
From Cape Horn in the south to here at Perito Moreno Glacier, Patagonia has been one incredible experience on top of another. Reece Stein, at your leisure in southern Argentina.
Introducing the lightweight shot starter. Only on the 2018 Ski-Doo mountain sleds. With next generation engine and platform. For the unmatched power and handling to own the next ride. Ski-Doo. What matters is what's next.
Save up to $1,000 plus 0% for 36 months.
Meet the new leader in off-road utility, the completely reinvented Ranger XP 1000. It's got the most power, the largest towing capacity, the highest ground clearance, and the best comfort and storage. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP 1000, the hardest working, smoothest riding Ranger ever built.
Too often we find ourselves in shoes like these, or these. Wouldn't it be nice to change into something more like this, or this? How about these? Put on whatever shoes you prefer and come to Beaver County. We have exactly the adventure you need to put under them. So the next time you want to change out of these, come to Beaver County where you can jump into a pair of these. Beaver County, Utah. Lace up for adventure.
Whether you ride mud, rocks, dunes, or trails, Polaris has a razor to match your passion. Unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, unmatched agility, and unbeatable comfort. Everything you need to chase memories and catch them. Find your razor at Polaris.com.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We're just outside of Las Vegas, just to the east, just out here in the muddy mountains, and we're finding some really amazing areas to go 4x4ing. And look at the colors in this canyon. I mean, these are things that you just don't see if you stay on the highway, you stay on the beaten path. You've got to get out and you've got to explore. Now, some of the other things that we found, unfortunately, today is that there's been a lot of trash in some of the areas. We found entire halves of cars that somehow have been cut in half and just dropped off there. Don't do that, first of all. I think that goes without saying. But also, if you're a part of an organized club, come out, mark the areas, and then plan on bringing people out to clean them up. Because these are our public lands. We need to respect them. We don't want to leave them just dirty and trashed, because then it really does affect your experience. Now, luckily, we're out here far enough where it hasn't been an issue, but a lot of the areas we did see a lot of this. So please be cognizant of that, and you'll be able to make it a better experience for everybody. Well, there, I'll get off my soapbox, off my high horse. Right now, we need to get to the good stuff. We got our giveaway winner and our upcoming events, so check this out.
March 14th through the 17th in Hurricane, Utah is the Tri-State OHV Jamboree. This is the perfect way to gain a new appreciation of Southern Utah. In fact, we'll be previewing the event on next week's show. Learn more at the TriStateATVClub.com. Now, we have our sticker winner for this week. Ken Thompson sent in this photo of his truck with an AYL sticker and a cannon. All right, Ken, you're the winner of a Camp Chef stove. Call us to claim this excellent prize.
Congratulations to our AYL sticker winner. Now let's take a look at what's on our next episode.
ATV Jamborees are a great way to explore new places, and next week, Rhea and I will be showing you why. We're previewing the Tri-State OHV Jamboree, finding out why this event has people from across the country clamoring to explore the diverse landscape of the West. From there, Steve Human will find out what's so special about Hook and Ladder Trail. See you next week.
This has been so much fun out here today. I'd like to thank the Nevada Backroaders for showing us. I mean, look at that. You would never know that this sort of stuff is out here unless you hit the trail. If you're just going by on the highway, you're making a huge mistake. Take a couple days, hook up with these guys, and you will be able to see just amazing places like this. Well, that's all the time we have for our show today. I'm Stephen Human. Remember, like we always say, there's adventure around every corner. You just need to get out there and find it at your leisure. So we're gonna hit those caves. We're gonna hit a little bit of the mining area. It looks like Cobra has claimed this cave. Wonder if G.I. Joe is aware. Right now, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Nice.